Hey! So it is Happy International Cat Day. Welcome. I have not streamed for a little while, but one of my goals is to get my channel going much more regularly. And I do love me some painting. So actually painting is probably the best way to do it. So tonight I'm going to actually be painting one of my favorite scenes, and I'm so excited to actually whip this out. I'm really excited to paint this up. I'll be narrating a little bit as I go through it. But otherwise, let's try this thing out. I hope you got a nice view of my scene. I'm literally going to go from start to finish. Get some other content while we're on here as well too. I'm enjoying a beverage. Feel free to enjoy one as we art along. I hope you're having a good evening. Happy International Cat Day. Meow. So let's see how this goes. Let's see. Here's a good one. Okay. So, first things first, I'm doing another art challenge with this as well too. If you check out Learn to Paint podcast, it is a fantastic podcast. Please check it out. I highly recommend it. It is delightful to listen to. But I would check out the Learn to Paint podcast. I don't know how my. I, hey, if you now you know what I had for dinner. But let's. What I'm also doing is check out the Learn to Paint podcast. It is super great. It's by this great art enthusiast and aficionado, in my opinion, IMO, Kellyanne Powers. But check out Learn to Paint podcast. It's really great. They're doing a challenge right now. It is the 20 for 20. So what I'm also going to be doing is I am going to be timing myself, getting 20 minutes in here, and we're going to see what it accomplishes. But first, let me just tilt this slightly. We're going to reset this palette, and then I'm going to start painting. And then we'll see what I can accomplish in 20 minutes. So, oops, ow. Just looking for my palette, looking for Happy International Cat Day. Morale. Here's what I'm going to be working on. Let's see what happens. Paint, 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 paint. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to flip, first things first, let's get some new palette paper. I'm using a Zorn palette. It's a limited palette. I do have colors on the side here if I need to do a backup, but for the most part I can do anything with this array of primaries. The only substitution that I have in here, which some may not even say is a substitution, is instead of an ultramarine blue right now, I have a phthalo blue, which I'm a big fan of. So I'm just going to transfer these to a clean piece of paper real quick. But right now this is our yellow ochre. We've got three yellows really, 2 reds. The black technically functions as a blue, and we can do almost everything that we need. I'm just grabbing some more shop cloth for cleanup. You know, we'll let the colors merge with themselves on canvas as needed, but you can see that that is now on the side of our setup. But in hand, so we have our yellow ochre transplanted. Oof, that's like a little dry. We're not going to transplant that one. This has a bit of contamination on it, but this is a Hansa yellow light. It's really transparent. I got some titanium white here. It's a little messy, but it'll do. My palette knife, I need to take better care of these. I go through these too quickly. This is a little dry, but it'll get us started. Cadmium red light. Super beautiful oily color. Our alizarin crimson permanent, a la Winsor Newton Winton. Let's see if any of this is still good. I'm gonna take the skin off this. A lot of stuff, if you're not an oil painter or familiar with it, a lot of them you can take the skin off of it and they're still usable material. This is probably more than enough that I'll need for this painting. This is our solvent-free gel. I have a pretty healthy setup. I'm using Gamsol, solvent-free gel. Really, it's a mineral spirits. It is much safer than turpentine. For the practicality of this setup and that beautiful purple in the background, a wall at our previous home, I think I might put some ultramarine on the palette, but I'll do that after we get this painting started. Phthalo blue is gorgeous, but you know, word to the wise, proceed with caution. It has very high tinting strength. Like, it does not take a lot of that color to change any of the white on the canvas. So just trying stuff out. Let's get some ultramarine. Pardon me blocking this camera for a hot sec. I'm not on camera tonight because it's about the cats, y'all. It ain't about me. Do I even have any ultramarine to spare? I do. Oh, that's really sweet. You know what? I think I have time to drop a real quick tech effect on here. So let's make this thing beautiful. Aww, Paul. It's me, Paul B. Check out his stream. Oh my gosh. Lately, dropping some really fun shorts. Super fun. Also, if you appreciate International Cat Day, I think you're gonna like what he's got to share. Only a small part of his content, the cats, but you should definitely check it out. Thanks, it's me, Paul B. I'm going to take a minute to drop that overlay on here. I feel like I've got the time. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to chat. That's really sweet of you. Also, it's my colors. Oh, one and done. Thanks to It's Me, Paul B. Yes, you want to see it? Ba-bam! All right. It's 9 o'clock and we're just getting started. Let's do this. Okay. So what we're missing is we're missing our yellow medium. Let's get some of that. And then we're ready to roll. Yellow light. That's Naples yellow. There's this nice tub of paint. Let's see what we got. Oh, looks good. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. Thank you. Just looking for a color to load up this palette. Finding out I've got plenty of Viridian. Haha. Yes. This is what we're looking for. Boy. That is smidge handy throughout the evening. All right, cheers, y'all. got a fresh palette. Let's switch back up here. It's a little more, there we go. And tighten this. All right. Okay. We got 20 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna start by toning the canvas. And actually I realized I'm gonna do that with a slightly faster drying pigment. I am gonna include this in my paint time. I'm gonna put a little bit of burnt umber on the palette, just a smidge. More is gonna come out than I actually need to for the project, but I'm gonna use this to tone the canvas. What is toning the canvas? Let me show you. So I'm taking a little bit of Gamsol. I'm trying to steady my easel right now. And I'm going to use this to, this Gamsol is like my water. If I was acrylic painting, this would be my water. And I'm just going to tone this baby and do a very light underpainting. I don't need to pick up a lot of paint. I can use mostly what I have on here. Okay. Pick off any little hairs or fibers that get in there. Okay. I'll leave that over here for now. I'm gonna grab a smaller brush and use it pretty much like a pencil. I actually really enjoy drawing with some flats. This feels a little big, but I think it's gonna do what we need. So let me just minimize my Streamlabs setup here. And I already have this portioned out to 11 by 14, which is the panel that we're using. You always want to check, if you're having any issues, but I'm also going to quickly draw the hot spots on here. So rule of thirds is always really convenient. This isn't perfect, but just so you have an idea on here. I'm already liking that. I feel like one of my thirds is going to be shotgun. That's the black and white one. It's going to be on this shelf up here. I'm going to still use this burnt umber for my underpainting as well too. It comes a little bit more over. I'm going to make this shelf a little bit shorter. Really can take a little artistic liberty in here. A little thick shelf. You're like, whoa, Kira, this photo looks a little weird. So it's actually a photo composite. It's pretty close to the actual scene, and then I changed it. I actually did some chalk art featuring the cat on the bottom left last year. Thick shelf here. Nose comes almost out. Head's a little smaller. Her back comes off the back of the canvas. This part's pretty flat actually right here. Don't be afraid to do wipeouts if you need them. You can draw with the paintbrush, you can draw with your fingers. You can draw and paint with anything. It's all legit. So I'm gonna redraw this a little bit. draw a lot of this with the paint as I go through. These books are coming off. Okay. Pause. So that's her little white. Okay, this is feeling a little bit more accurate now. Smaller head. Okay. Oh boy. Let's see. Okay. I might have done this a little, I think I drew that a little too big. Yeah. Oh, that's super smart, Paul. Thank you. That's a great idea. Let me do that real quick. I'm almost done with my 20-minute challenge. I literally have 25 seconds to go. So let me just be a dork and finish this up real quick. But you know what? For an underpainting, this is all right. I had a lot of drawing problems at first. I was way off on my proportions. So this is still like not totally accurate, but I'm not gonna care. I'm just gonna have fun painting. All right, that's 20 minutes. This favorite scene of my two puss is Scribbles and Shotgun. Period. Damn! CK, what you doing here? Hey girl! Happy National Cat Day! Thank you. Thank you. This is the underpainting I'm working on right now. Just taking a hot minute and then I'm gonna put some color on it. I'm just kind of like literally taking like a little stretch break right here. Hey! Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Having a little beverage. Just getting my paint on. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the positive feedback. Thank you. So this up here, this is Shotgun. And this is Scribbles. And Scribbles, you may have seen Scribbles in some of Paul's recent content. She kind of rules the roost, if you will. She's a heck of a little cat. She's really easy until night falls. And then she gets... Scribbles is my therapist! Wait, she had availability? I thought I was on the list. Dang, CK. You just like, you got in there. You got in there ahead of me. Oh, shucks. Shucks. So yeah, just taking a little breather here, posting really quick to the grams. I'm also doing an art challenge this month. I know a lot of folks, August is a really great month for challenges. So I'm doing a 20 for 20 art challenge, hence the pause and break right now. So this is 20 minutes in on what I could get done today. So yeah, we'll see how this comes out. I'm gonna see everything I can do tonight. And this is alla prima painting, the art challenge. It is literally the 20 for 20 summer art challenge, where it's to help you build a daily habit of painting, that you paint at least 20 minutes every day for the first 20 days of August. I missed one day But so far, like now that yeah, that's it. I've only missed one day. So this is like the best challenge I've ever done. I've attempted Inktober, Arttober a couple of times. I always get I get like a week's worth of artwork in at the most. I pay her off with catnip. No joke, she goes crazy for the nip. She goes crazy for the nip, CK. You're keeping her hooked. You're keeping her hooked. I think a little bit of my Paul Burke is shining through with my responses. They say you're the 5 people you hang out, a combination of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So I'm like partially Paul and Scribbles. What do you paint with? Acrylics, watercolor? Those are the only things I know about painting. Oh, those are super legit. Those are super legit. That's why you know about them. Oh, I can totally see it. Dang. What can I say? Paul and I are we're like hype people. Paul's a natural improviser, and I learned some yes-anding. This is oil painting, actually. This is oil painting. So it's really similar. It's older than acrylics. I don't know how long watercolors has been around. So yeah, so it's just a little different. So it stays wetter longer than acrylics and watercolor. So I'm using some really low oil-based paint for the underpainting. So these are going to dry relatively quickly. But then when I actually have more paint on here, it can take anywhere. It's probably going to take about 1 whole week to really dry completely. It could take longer if I was using like super high quality paints. I am using good quality paints, but if I was using like ultra professional paints, it could take like a legit 2 weeks to dry. And also the thicker you paint, it adds to the drying time as well too. I paint really thin. Oops, I dropped my phone. Bear with me a second. I don't know if you can see that on my other little camera. Ah! All right. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to tilt this camera down here. I'm going to mix a couple of colors and show you how I'm going to do that. First, I'm going to take a sip. And let's just see what we can get done in another timer's on. Let's just see what we can get done in the next 20 minutes. But dang, CK, that is like just so nice of you. Just like randomly pop on. Much appreciated. Thank you. I hope your evening is going really well. Oh, you know what I'm drinking. I am drinking Moscow Mule in a can. This is, Paul was so sweet. I told him I was going to live stream later, and he got me I've never had these before. He got these for me to enjoy while I was streaming. So I thought that was super sweet. So shout out to It's Me, Paul Beal. Woo! Very supportive. So I'm drinking Moscow Mule. And the reason I said you know what I'm drinking is because you were so kind to send Paul that really sweet marine Moscow Mule a cup some time ago, and it's just beautiful, and it sits right in the middle of our shelf. Yes, my evening is going well. I did my Lita and rode my stationary bike. Good on you. Good on you. I have seen one of your live streams where you were on the bike, so good on you getting your way to like bundle your activities together. Yes, Moscow Mules, right? So yeah, so like way to go on bundling those activities. That's a really, when you can bundle, especially like all positive stuff, that's awesome. I'm going to start with an easy win color-wise. I'm going to get this purple that's in the background out of the way. So I have some white here, and then I'm going to make some purple using an alizarin crimson, and I'm not going to use the phthalo blue. This is when I am going to go back to that ultramarine. Oh, nice. I would have, if I would have known, I would have gotten your drink. Oh, you are so freaking sweet. You're CK. That's so nice of you. Unnecessary. We have that one special cup. I love it. Besides, you've known Paul for ages. Way for ages. We're much more recent acquaintances, and like the birthday video and stuff. Oh, this color is coming out so beautiful. I just love that. Let's make some more. No, so like, yeah, no, that's so sweet of you to say, though. Thank you. Those prismatic ones that he has occasionally used on stream, I picked those ones out. Isn't it beautiful? It's a beautiful color. This was actually, like, I guess, our bonus room color in one of the house we lived in prior to the one we're in now. So it's just a really nice color for that room and that home. It's really nice. It's a nice. I want to start with an easy win. I think it's all you always want to start with. You know, painting, even if you do this all the time, can get daunting. So it never hurts to just set yourself up for a little bit of success, because there's always going to be plenty of challenges. So I got that color out of the way. I got great little characters here that are shadows, pretty much. I'm sorry, shotgun is black and white. Scribbles is some nice earthy colors. She's kind of got some ash in there. I think I'm going to start with the yellow ochre. And let's see where I want to go. I got some yellow ochre. I think I'm actually putting a little bit of this, the cad yellow medium. I know this seems like a crazy start, but I think it's going to work out. Let's put in a little, I'm going to use the last of this white. We'll put out some more. I think that's actually going to be a nice little highlight for some of the lights in her fur. But yeah, CK, did you have any other like questions just like about painting or like life in general? What did, how long have you been painting? Oh, Dan, thanks for asking. I've been painting since 2011, late 2011. So let's see. Yeah, I've been painting. Woo, I missed my own anniversary. Oh, but I can get it this year. Oh, wow. Yeah, so I've been painting for like 11 years now. That's crazy. This September I'll have been painting for 11 years. So that's just really neat. How are you enjoying retirement, CK? Like, you retired about a year or so ago. That's amazing, and happy painter. Oh, thank you very, very, very much. Thank you. But like, what you getting up to? You got your Lita, you got your like exercising. What else does CK? Tell me about the CK antics. I can imagine you're seeing like all the new movies and watching all the new shows that are coming out. It's so nice to have my free time. I'll bet. Thank you for your service, by the way. That is quite a service that you're actually like there long enough to retire. That's amazing. Let's check out what the ochre is going to do to this. Actually, you know what? No, let's just try out black. The black technically functions as a blue. Oh, I'm glad I tried that out. It's looking a little green, but I think when it's actually in her fur, it's going to work out pretty well. Oh yeah, my antics haven't really been happening. What? I need to get back to streaming. Nice. Okay, well sometimes, hey, we have those lulls. That's a reality. So, like, hey, thank you for your honesty. Appreciate it. But, like, wishing you, of course, all the goodness as you're getting back into that. Got some, ouch, bit my cheek. Let's try. Well, that's really great, of course, that you're an LSP and Alita community, because that's like all about. And then August, so cheers to you on this Lita. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's see, I'm about 7 minutes into painting, mixing. I'm just gonna try some stuff out, see how it goes. Always have a clean rag in hand. Granted, we're gonna do a lot of brush mixing now, but I still want to, okay, way too much Gamsol right there. So let's just spread out what we already have on the brush. I'm just gonna dab. Your Gamsol is like your water. Clearly I was using way too much. And you know, this brush is on its last legs. So we'll just switch that out. There we go. I concur. That's true, you do need to get back to streaming against again. I concur. Thank you, Paul B. Thank you. CCK, the people want to know what the CK antics are up to. Woo! I got some chunks in this paint. Let's, I don't know if you can see those on there. But, I think it's a little bit of both, CK. I've become a little Kira-like and vice versa. You've become a little Kira-like, Paul. I would be so curious to see how that is. You giggle uncontrollably. Can you not get your jokes out because you can't stop giggling at yourself? Because that sounds like me, for sure. I don't know if it sounds so much like you. But I'd like to think that I rub off on you. Thank you. Peas in a pod. Very much so, CK. That's us. Your positivity is rubbed off on me. Aww. That's really sweet. Aww. That's really cool. I'm humbled. Alright. Let's actually just paint one of these little characters. Let's get into one of these little fur babies. Which fur baby should I work on first? Which seems easier to paint? Good question. I think honestly shotgun is always easier to paint. Which can be slightly deceptive, but yeah, shotgun for sure is easier to paint. He's got a little bit of purple actually in that fur. So let's see. Pardon me. Good day, chiropractor. Oh, well done. Yeah, take care of yourself. Get those visits in. Pokemon Go. Nice. Yeah, totally agreed, CK. Totally agreed. shotgun is much easier to paint. Not that, you know, of course that Scribbles, you know, your therapist isn't like fantastic in her own right, but definitely much more, that tricolor definitely complicates things. So what I'm actually going to do to brighten that fur up a little bit, you can see it's like really some lights hitting it. I'm actually going to put a little bit of yellow in that white. Just a wee bit. Let's see. Clean that brush off, keep it nice and fresh. White, yeah, totally. It is definitely just those little blotches, those masterful blotches. I've literally heard like an art teacher talk like that. It's like, they're just masterful blotches. A good painting. Oh, sorry about the cell phone going off in the background, y'all. I think I definitely need a smaller brush for that adorable little derpy face. Okay. And let's see. Okay, got a smaller brush. Check. Oh, I need to get back up here. Okay, oh my god, I completely forgot to switch cameras. I know I need to have my backup camera over here. What's the biggest painting I've done? Oh, so really cool. Actually, this past May, Paul was one of my painting assistants. I did a 40-foot long by like 11 to 12-foot long mural at a school. And Paul came out and he helped roll out paint for the base layer of that. So that was definitely the biggest painting I've ever done. And I think the biggest painting he's ever done as well. But usually my stuff is a lot smaller like this. That's the largest thing I've ever done. And I'm not gonna, and I honestly didn't know it was gonna be that big until like the Thursday before the project started. So it was a little bit of a surprise. But yeah, 40 feet by 11 to 12 feet. There was like a little bit of a slope on it, so it's hard to tell how tall it really was. But I had to use like a really tall ladder to get to the top. It was a little nerve-wracking. It was a little nerve-wracking, to be honest. Yeah, agreed. Like, I did not think I was ever gonna paint something that big. So it was like 2 minutes of panic attack, and then like when I got the news, it was like 2 minutes of panic attack, and then like, oh yeah, like the Kool-Aid man of opportunities, like. excuse me, pardon me, my clearing my throat. It was huge. That was a very memorable weekend. Right, Paul? Yeah. CK's emojis. Yeah, it is pretty funny. Aw, thanks for your honesty, Paul. I was the one who was thinking, this is madness, it can't be done. Yeah, well, I gotta say, like, almost, I needed my crew. Without my crew, it would have just taken me, like, a week and a half or something to do that whole. But fortunately, because I had some amazing people in my life, it got done in one weekend. It also got done in one weekend because it would be like, this is a lot of work. We need to get this done. Still haven't gotten paid. Oh, yeah, I did use your card to pay for dinner earlier today, didn't I? Oops. Babe, anytime you want a sandwich, I will... Oh, guys, this is when I reveal myself as, like, useless. It's like, ugh. I will go get you a sandwich from whatever deli you want. Because, you earned it. You earned it, boo. I just got outed for my labor practices. Thanks, Paul. No one's ever gonna work with me again. I hope you're happy. Wow, a willingness to drive anywhere I'm tearing up. Okay, funny man. Okay, funny man. That's enough out of you. Oh, alright, so that's 20 minutes. Let me take another shot. Not of drinks. Just of this. This is coming out cute. I'm liking this a lot. You know what? I'm gonna delete this one. That's really funny, Paul. Alright, I'm gonna turn on another 20 minutes and see what we can get in, and then I'm honestly just gonna call it a night. Because this is beautifully more complicated than I thought it would be. So let's see. Oh, he's got these beautiful yellow eyes. Let's get those in there. Not like super detailed, but just like... CK, wow, pal, you're good for a night on the couch. I say I'm fine with that because I love sleeping in front of the TV. But this couch is hell. Yeah, CK, that's so true. Paul hates our current couch. Now, when we both saw it, we initially loved it, but over time, I will say they mentioned, it is mentioned in Dante's Inferno, and we accidentally stumbled into purchasing it. So, really bad move on our part. I don't think I've ever made Paul sleep on the couch, but I do think there's times I've been so moody. He's like, I want to sleep on the couch because you're just unpleasant to be around right now. I don't think that's happened a lot, but I think it has happened. if I saw Sisyphus pushing up the boulder, I'd say, want to switch spots? You can sit on the couch. Oh my gosh. So CK, like, this is the challenge of, like, actually living with Paul, is, like, how does one get work done when it's just, like, I'm a giggle smurf for a reason. I just literally cannot help it. But, like, how do you get work done when, like, this guy's, like, always like, hey, I got a cool idea when you hear it? Thank you. I'm not crazy, Paul. You just funny. I love how, like, mystically paintery Shotgun's face is coming out right now. Bum 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 bum. Always let me think about it, get you out of the house. Thank you, CK. Yes, please. I think I need your thinking brain on this, because sometimes I'm honestly not sure how. Paul, there's something to go drone at night. Oh yeah. So actually, you know what? Wow, I think I'm forgetting some basic painting rules here. I should be painting with a brush. So. Bum 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 bum. See shadows, Shotgun's shadows back here. Kira, here's something you can always, there's something you can go draw, Paul. But it's dark outside. Kira, that's fine. Your drone has great night vision capabilities. Baby, you need an upgrade. Get them nighttime drones. Paul's like, I'm on it. I got a drone. Alright, let's work on a little bit of scribbles. I mean, like, let's be honest. Who are we really here to paint? Paul! CK, I have an idea. Paul, I can't find Scribbles. Maybe she's outside. You should go find her with your drone. We can find Scribbles. This is a joke. Scribbles is fine. Scribbles is safe. But, just saying. Okay. Let's work on this cute little Porsche. Alright. A little bit of... Okay. I would believe it. That's pretty funny. I'm trying to remind myself some basic art rules, like just focus on the big areas right now. We will get to the block-ins. Oh, pardon me. Okay, let's see, she's got a little white chin cap. Okay. I guess this won't really be like all alla prima, but... I can't snap, but I could if I would. If I could. Let's just go for a little more drama. Get these little stripes in there. She's got this little... Just need a little more confidence in these paint strokes. Wow, you're very talented. I mean, there's really no erasing when it comes to paint. That's legit. There is not. You, like, in a way, you can do cover-ups, though. Like, there is no erasing. There are, but, like, I'll be honest, sometimes, like, you make a mistake, and it's like, remember that week I was saying to dry, and then you're like, no! So sometimes it's like, it's harder mistakes because you're like waiting a week and then you're like, okay, now I gotta paint over it and let it dry again. But I will say, but thank you so much on the compliment. Thank you. Sorry, sometimes I get like a little bit uncomfortable with it and I kind of deflect, but it's like, No, lean in. Like, lean in, lean in. Thank you, CK. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to practice accepting a compliment. Thank you so much. I gotta say, like, a lot of practice has helped build up some more of my confidence with this. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to practice accepting a compliment. Now, I know I was just saying, like, do some bigger areas before doing the details, but part of this is I feel like sometimes just putting eyes into the piece changes everything. Paul. Not CK, yeah, the cats aren't always bothering you. They always seem to be what it supposed to do. Wow, well, CK, you know, yeah, that's really true. Yeah, the cats, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Paul's a better pet owner than I am. Paul feeds them whenever they want. And you can take this as either like Paul's a better pet owner or Paul's a pushover when it comes to the cats. Sorry, Paul. Paul feeds them whenever they want. And I'm just like, no, I'm busy. Also, Paul, I have to go into the office. This is probably just me trying to scramble for defense. I have to go into the office, and I have a much farther commute, comparatively, so I'm just not home as much. But who am I kidding? Like, who isn't crazy about Paul? Like, and that goes for the cats as well, too. The cats love Paul so much. I gotta catch up on these comments, specifically the new sensor and the new menu. I mean, we're talking quality. Yeah, why aren't the cats bothering you? Yeah, no, that's so true. Paul leaves his door open for everything, and they just like wander in. Paul's setup is much more accommodating. Like, he put 2 cat trees in there. He pushed the bookshelves like tighter together so they have a walk-through space. Like, pushover or not, Paul's space is much more cat friendly. My space is a little less cat friendly. You know, our little guys are adorable, but they're also chewers. And while I do have a relatively safe paint setup, like these aren't things we want the cats chewing on. But Paul's definitely the better cat person. I gotta catch up on these. So there's no erasing. Yeah, Paul, you're still gonna fuck through to walk old people on your day. I'm pushover. That's true. Scribbles wakes me up nightly now for snacks. Yeah, that's true. Oh, that explains it, Paul. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to curb it because like it's legit disturbing. Not in a scary way, but it's like legit disturbing. Like she just like goes off at like 2:30 in the morning. I was like breaking up that sweet REM sleep. And it's just like, it's kind of rough. So it's like, it's a little rough. But truly aside, Paul is definitely the better cat person of the two of us. He's got like a much more accommodating setup. And he takes really great care of them, like all the freaking time. Scribbles has the high perch behind. Yeah, that is Scribbles' perch. Oh, we don't need cats huffing the paint. Oh my god, that's so funny. I just had a little cartoon scene in my mind of like the cats doing like whippets. Okay. Oh, thanks for that visual, CK. I don't know if I can get that out of my mind. I don't know if I can paint it. I don't know if I can. But it's a funny visual for sure. Alright, I gotta go a little broader and bigger on these. I'm being a little too hesitant. Oh boy, I only got 45 seconds left. Let's finish the back of this neck. I'm taking too long to make some of these decisions when we're kind of in the block-in phase of the painting. And there's no erasing, but a lot of stuff with a little bit of drying or the right thickness, we can just paint over. Clean that brush, get that paint nice and fresh. Oh, okay, there's my timers going off. All right. So I think that's our third 20 minutes. So that's 1 hour. Yeah, the whippets. That's 1 hour of painting tonight. I'm just gonna go. Hey, no pressure if y'all have other things like you need to do, but also I always appreciate the company as well too. I'm gonna put in 20 minutes more. We'll do an hour 20. But I have a goal. I'm either gonna stop at 20 minutes or I'm gonna stop when I finish blocking this in. So I'm gonna try and move a little bit faster and have this blocked in for a future painting session. So, try and color mix smart. I'm going to do some white and ultramarine with a touch of gray in there, and I think I'm going to give Scribbles a break because she is the harder cat to paint. Let's let the brush do the work for us. I'm definitely need to pick up more paint. A little bit of Gamsol. Moving with more intention. Good job, 1 hour. Thank you very much. I do think it is a good job for an hour of painting. Especially like I'm not like hardcore pushing myself. I am like enjoying myself. I'm enjoying my beverage. I'm enjoying some conversation. But I do feel like it is good good for an hour. Like, thank you. I agree. Okay. Scribbles is standing on some almost white books. Well, I might have to change the color of those. A little pause. All right. I think we're going to be less than 20 minutes here. I think we're going to get this in. But let's just see how it goes. Oh my god, it's reminding me of my chalk. So Scribbles in particular came out in a chalk art piece that I did last, oh, that came out nice. This specific image of Scribbles I used in a chalk art piece on the driveway. So CK, you were mentioning earlier, like, what's my biggest piece? One of my biggest pieces, like, prior to this year's work, was, like, I did Scribbles on the driveway really large. I did Scribbles in a bird and a pairing I like to call unlikely friends. And that was, like, about, it was chalk art. It was about 17 feet by 14 feet. And then this year just kind of took off in a different way. It's like I got that mural done earlier in May, but before that I had done another mural, which I thought was pretty big, which is about like 26 feet by 8 feet. So yeah, just getting different projects in there done when I can. And like when the opportunities align in the right way. The brush do the work for us. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, so Scribbles is occasionally my cats make appearances in my art, and like funny little story. Thank you. It was pretty big. Funny little story. My first cat, Quinn, he's no longer with us. But he did make appearance in my first year of painting as well, too. And actually, like, when I found out, I didn't find out it was National Cat Day until, like, super late. I was like, oh, I should go take, like, a high-quality picture of, like, Quinn in that one painting that I did. So I did not get to that today, but I think I'll post that maybe for this Catterday.
which is Saturday, for those that are not like the cat followers in the room. And that is a-okay, y'all. That is a-okay. All right, let's make this little cat area a little darker over here. What's still missing? These grays over here. Oh shucks, I almost completely forgot about this. Let's take a second to knock that out, because I feel like I'm lovingly dodging that Scribbles. So I think some Viridian, and I'm going to try some of that yellow Hansa. Oh my gosh, this is not the right green, but check out how beautifully lime that is. I'm going to put a little bit of blue in here. It'll thicken it up, but it's a little darker than I wanted. Let me try yellow medium. Oof, that's way more yellow than I wanted. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Mixing that with the Viridian. Okay. Oof. I like the colors, but none of them are correct. But for now, I'm just going to block this in. This might be blasphemy for some painters, but I just want to block this in right now. And my color precision, it's just going to be a little bit off, but we're just going to step away from the underpainting. I'm not going to stress about it too much. Okay, now Scribbles is over here. Let's get some of this leg in. Okay. Put a little bit of black in here. All right. So now some of this for Scribbles, because she's tricolor, I feel like I can put in just a fair base of some burnt umber in here. I know initially I started off using a Zion palette, but I had these earth tones on there just for the underpainting. But I feel like just with all her detail, I might just take advantage of these tones and do a lot of like some of that detail brush work with her that ashy color. And there's some little flecks of white that happen to be in there. Okay. This has a little bit of just a little bit of shadow to this. Okay, let's see. What are we missing? It's a little fuzzy worm. Okay, a shadow. Okay, back down here, focusing on Scribbles. There's a nice little line, actually on the front of her leg. And then just some little strips there. Perfect, but it's so cute. She has like little short ankle socks on. I always love our cats that have socks, that each one of them has different socks. Scribbles on all her little feet is wearing like little, almost like the socks you would wear if you're wearing ballet flats. Quinn was super cute. Quinn had ankle socks and then athletic long socks on his back legs. Okay, let's see. Anything I'm obviously missing? I do a little bit of detail, just a tiny bit more, like featuring her face. For a shop cloth. Okay, and then Actually, there's this little bit of her other side of her nose. Front side of her nose. There's a tiny bit of white right there. Does Paul make it in your work? Paul has made it into one of my paintings. That's a really great question, CK. Thank you. Paul has made it into one of my paintings, and it's literally a portrait of him. It's on my Instagram, but I think we're friends on Facebook. I will shoot you a picture of it later. It's a study, so it's not like super finished. But Paul has made it into one of my works. I'm actually working on a short. We have a little we have a small fireplace here in our home. It's not usable, but it's there. And I have like a little family wall of paintings in progress over there that I'm working on. And I poorly hung Paul's up the other day with like my 3M tape poster strips. It fell off, so I have to repost it. And then like, let's see, actually Scribbles' little foot. Scribbles' little foot is actually a little darker there. Kind of comes around. Some of that might be the shadow. Okay. But I'm okay with, I'm going to bring a lot more light. By that I should say the white colors, the ash, that yellowy ashy color, and in detail work. Okay. Let's see. Excuse me. Okay, that's definitely an improvement. Okay, so I'm actually gonna, let's see, is there anything else? Oh, that's almost. This is what I'm missing. How silly of me. I'm missing like a nice little chunk over there. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Smooth that out. Okay, I'm going to call that right there. That was just about 4 minutes to the end of that last 20. So, ta-da! Alright, so this is like, okay. I did not finish tonight. I think I might have, I do think I could finish this in 3 hours. I do. But I think I might have been a little overconfident in thinking that I could finish it in like an hour and a half tonight. So clearly not the case, But this is actually a really big improvement. I'm still actually pretty proud of myself. This is a big improvement. It has taken me a lot longer to do a lot less. So, CK, thank you. I have made a lot of progress, and it does take a lot of patience. So thank you so much. Oh, hey Paul, it looks great. Thank you so much for that. I think this is, I already have a frame for this as well too. So this is actually on panel. It's really thin, but I am so happy that I stumbled into National Cat Day and I decided to make this scene happen. Oh, that was, Paul, that's totally fine. No, CK, that's evidence right there about how Paul is the better cat person. That is like in real time proof how Paul is the better cat guy of the better cat person of the two of us. I'm not a guy. But so with that, I'm gonna wrap up and start getting ready for another busy work day for tomorrow. I wish you all a happy National Cat Day. Cat bless us, everyone. Good night, everybody.